Have you ever seen Binging with Babbage before on YouTube?
Benjamin Babbage?
Yes, yes.
No.
You haven't.
No.
So
I have my phone, but I don't have it out.
he has what is it? It's more like a cooking vlog or YouTube channel. I've been watching that since I was probably like 12 years old. So he would cook like recipes, like from TV shows, sort of like anything from the Lord of the Rings, Rick and Morty, or anything like that. And he'd cook him, and then he'd show the whole process and everything. But he would use just like his camera, his kitchen, and he'd start it off small, like a ring light, and then he'd just film and then make videos, and eventually, I mean, it's huge now.
Yeah.
But he has cooking books, a few more videos about stuff. I think he does like a few cooking courses too. But
Cooking courses, man. That is basically. Have you ever heard of the creator economy?
I don't think
So
so.
it's this idea of decentralizing, I guess, knowledge in a way. So that creator, Benjamin Babbage, he's selling his own courses now. He's monetizing himself, monetizing his knowledge, his experience, which is something I think that there's not enough people around here doing that could be doing that. So it's part of my mission too, is like give those people the tools. So who knows, maybe one day, a few years, you'll be making a Tito's course, how to make
some green salsa or the birria, which is really popular. People always want to learn how to make that, but it's a bit complicated.
Yeah, so the only thing I've had from your truck so far is the birria grilled cheese.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I will say that I was pretty impressed by it. The crunch was there. What was I dipping it in? Was that the birria?
So that's the consommé. That's where the broth and where the beef is cooked in. So the birria itself, it's the meat, and then the birria consommé, it's the broth that's cooked in. So we just separate the two, and then we'll use the beef in anything anyone wants: tacos, grilled cheese, burritos, quesadillas, and then we serve the broth on the side.
And what kind of meat is it? Is it a cow?
Yes, it's beef. Traditionally, it's supposed to be goat, but goat, one, it's expensive. Two, you can't really come across that here in town that often, I guess. So we use beef. It's cheaper, and I can get it wherever.
Nice. Well, it tastes good, man. Tastes good. Have you ever made al pastor?
Yeah. We serve al pastor. However, we don't do like a lot of people in like California or in like Mexico. They'll use what's called a trompo. So like they'll layer the al pastor, and they'll and then like they'll cook it. It'll rotate almost like a rotisserie chicken, I guess.
Mm.
And then like they'll like what is it called? Trying to think of the word. Shave it off.
Yeah.
And that's how they make al pastor. But we can't have that inside the trailer as of now. So we just like slice it and then marinate it overnight, at least about 12 hours, I'd say. So we'll like, get the flavor real good, and then we just toss it on the grill and just make sure it's cooked well.
Yeah. How did you get into any of this? Like, where did it all start?
A lot of it had to do with watching a lot of like YouTube videos when I was young, and I always liked watching my mom cook in the kitchen. And I remember this probably like 10 or 11. She was cooking for a church function, and I was helping her de-seed some dried chilies, and I loved doing it, but I also hated it at the end because I forgot to wash my hands that same day, and I had cleaned my eyes off with my hands, and my eyes were burning so bad. So after that, I just stopped cooking for a while, but I still continued watching YouTube videos, and then whenever the pandemic happened, I was at home really doing nothing, so I just started cooking again, and then that's also how Tito's became Tito's Taqueria, because I didn't have much to do, so I just cooked at home. And then on the weekends, if anyone wanted to buy anything, I'd just sell them some tacos from my house.
Yeah, no, dude, it's pretty good origin story, I guess, for Tito's Taqueria out of COVID. I mean, what made you? Okay, so you started cooking,
yeah,
and then what led to the business side of things? How long did that take?
So what was it? COVID started March of 2020, I believe so. So, as soon as I was fixing to graduate that year, I got out, and I was planning on going to college. I was going to college, and I guess there was a point in time where I just hated it too much, and
What was your major?
Finance at the time. So,
Finance.
yeah. Like I started cooking as a side job, I guess, or like just as a hobby. And I'd sell Fridays and Saturdays from my house. And it got to the point where I was like, look, Mom, Dad, I don't think I want to go to school anymore. I kind of hate it. And they're like, okay, well, you can put that on pause for a minute. So I did. And they said I couldn't do anything. I can't just stay at home or just work I used to work at Kroger at the time. I was in the meat department. So I started selling tacos and everything. I started saving up money, and to the point where we found a food truck, and that's how Tito's became Tito's Taqueria.
Nice, man. Just out there straight hustling.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're 21, so you graduated Russellville in
2020.
Okay, right there at the beginning of COVID. What do you think makes you this way, this entrepreneur? Because you can look at your classmates. How many of them have done this through COVID, started their own food truck and started hustling out there?
I don't know. I mean, really, during COVID, I didn't really talk much to anyone after graduating. I always had that mindset. After high school, I'm just not going to talk to anyone. I'm just going to...
You're done. Tapping out.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to do my own thing. But, I mean, I know a few people that have started a business. I know this kid, he started that River Valley Mercantile. I think that's what that is.
River Valley Mercantile.
Yeah, on Arkansas Avenue. He started that. But I don't think anyone's really gotten into like the food industry. More of a, but I mean, I would say food industry is something else. It's a lot of work because I had never worked in the food industry before starting the food truck. I just, like I said, I worked at the meat department in Kroger. So whenever I did go into the food industry, I went in without any knowledge. So it was a lot. I learned a lot, and I'm still learning. But if you ever do plan on going into the food industry, make sure you work in a restaurant or something smaller instead of you going in without knowing anything.
Yeah, what was that? Was it smooth sailing from day one, or what's it been like?
I mean, we've had our obstacles, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Who's we? Is it you and your parents are helping you?
Yeah, so it's just me, and then my sisters and my mom helped me a lot with like prepping or like even cleaning or anything like that. We do have a few workers, however, it's just they don't do as much as like I would do because I like the food to taste consistently. I don't always like allow people to change up a recipe or anything like that because then people notice that it doesn't taste the same. So a lot of it just is on me and my mom and my sisters. But
yeah, I bet that's you're very lucky to have them, right? To help you out.
Very fortunate. I know not everyone's family is willing to help out whenever you need help. I'm very thankful that especially them having their jobs and all their lives and stuff like that they take time out of their day to just come and help me.
Yeah. So you've hired people before, or you have some employees right now?
Yeah. We have one girl, she's a part-time worker, and then well, really we had two, but we had to let go of one, and we have this girl that helps us Tuesdays and Thursdays, which are our most busy days. She'll come help us in the afternoon because sometimes two people's not enough. But she helps out a lot. She'll do a lot of just filling up sauces, taking orders, packing them, and stuff like that. Things that she'll be able to do without having so much pressure on top of her. But
yeah. Are you planning on hiring more eventually? What's the end goal?
And I would really like for it to expand to one day be in a brick and mortar and have. I would really want to have more cooks because it's not easy for one person to be prepping everything. We offer 5 meats. Well, 5 different type of meats, and each one has different marinades for everything. So between cutting them, marinating them, and then cooking them, and besides that, we have to make our salsas, our rice, beans, our fresh waters, and all. A cook would very useful, really. So I would prefer to hopefully have more cooks in the future, and then maybe even expand our products, like have some of our sauces in store, sell some of our marinades in store would also be awesome too. But little steps, trying to make sure our end goal is to become big, but we got to take baby steps to make sure everything's done correctly.
Absolutely. What is the roadmap? Yeah, if you don't mind me asking, like what are those baby steps you have to take to get to there?
Well, I have to really have like a settled team. I have to make sure I have a team that does just for advertisement. Have a team that does a lot of our like making sure our recipes are good, but can make them even better, and how to make sure we can multiply them faster, distribute them faster, make sure everything's done correctly to the smallest thing of making sure our packaging looks nice, making sure our products is the same every single time we make it, making sure everything's done legally. We don't have any obstacles in the middle of that. Having people that can help us reach out to any vendor or just make connection between people.
Mm-hmm.
But well, we'll see that eventually in the future.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie The Founder?
I don't think so.
It's about McDonald's when they first started. It's a drama. They re-representing it, but the guys in McDonald's, apparently what they did was they orchestrated their teams. They went to like a tennis court and they took chalk out and they drew the outline of the kitchen on the chalk, and they like made their team like go through routines, and they sat there and really thought about, okay, where do we put the fryer next to the grill, next to the refrigerator? Like what's the most optimal way to line all in? Anyways, I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe one day you'll do the same thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so the process of process of just starting like a food truck, starting a restaurant, would you recommend it to people that are coming up behind you? They're about to graduate.
If I were to go back in time and have like a second opportunity to see if I really wanted to do like have a food truck, I'd change a few things. I would, one, like I said, go into the food industry, make sure I really want to do this for either the rest of my life or for the few upcoming years. And then have family or any type of people to support you in your dreams, making sure, like, if you need help, they'll be there to help you whenever they can. I just recommend them having a very good mindset of, look, you'll have good days, you'll have bad days. The first 2-3 years might be bad days, but after that, they'll be good. But you just have to be mentally prepared for these obstacles that are going to come. Because, you can be working one day and all of a sudden your refrigerator goes out or your fryer goes out. You have to be mentally prepared to be, okay, what do I have to do now? A backup plan really quickly. It's kind of hard because everyone kind of goes through things differently, or like they have a different mindset. But I think if they just have the mindset that they can do it and they know like they'll become someone one day and they know they'll just work hard until they achieve that, then go for it. Just throw yourself like I did. I didn't know about anything, and here I am. We're still running in hopefully 3 years this year, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, man. What would you like, I guess, people to? Now, obviously, you want more people to show up to the food truck. So tell us about where you're at.
We are right across where Steak and Shake used to be, or C-Max, but they didn't last quite long.
Why do you think that is? Why do people not last very long around here?
I feel a lot of it has to do with, one, the cost of food, and then two, people aren't willing to try that food, or they just might not be doing so good whenever they open. Like, the first month, like their food isn't that good, people won't try it again. But like something I've seen is the cost of our produce or the cost of our like meats or anything like that have gone up since we opened. So we've had to increase our prices. But another thing is we also have to make sure our food stays consistent, because like, let's say one week they try like the birria grilled cheese, and it's good that week, but the next week it doesn't taste the same, people might say, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that again. Especially like if either the price increases or they just feel like it's not worth it.
Has that happened before where customers are like, oh, this isn't consistent?
So far, not yet, but again, like as we're growing, things will change, and that's something where I don't, like I hope that doesn't happen, because like I know like the bigger you get, the less consistent things are, and that's something I don't want to happen. But
more cooks in the kitchen, right?
Yeah, more cooks, but that's why little by little, it'll be better, I think. But I think also if people would just be open to things, like new things, it'd also help out. Because one thing I've seen is like we like to, whenever we travel, we go to different spots to eat. It's really what we do. We don't really go sightseeing. We just go out to eat. And like we went to this place in Ohio, and it's called Mazunte, and they serve Oaxacan food from Mexico. And it's totally different from what you see here in town, but that's because people are more open to try that food in Ohio than they would here in town. Like a lot of here in town, it's a lot of Tex-Mex food. Everything's covered in cheese and stuff like that. If you don't have that on your menu, then people either might not order, or they'll order one thing, but then they won't come back because they don't see what they want, you know?
So I'm glad you brought that up, because I wanted to ask you, what is the difference between Tex-Mex, California style? Like where all these things come in, and what's the, and then what do you classify yourself as?
So we classify ourselves as Californian Mexican food. But that's because California Mexican food tastes different than Tex-Mex does. Tex-Mex is mostly everything would be covered with cheese, I'd say.
So what are the Tex-Mex places around here? There's Taco John's. Is that Tex-Mex?
Taco John's is American Mexican.
Okay.
So that's more of a fast food chain that's customized their food for Western people, I'd say. Let's tell you that. And a lot of the Tex-Mex, I'd say, is more like La Huerta, La Chiquita, El Parian, Morelos.
Yeah, all of those are good places, but I do say I've noticed they all taste pretty similar.
Yeah.
And I think they all use the same silverware and cups and everything too. It's like they get it from the same place.
Yeah. So that would be Tex-Mex. It's more of a, I mean, yes, it has some Mexican flavor into it, but it's more Americanized, I'd say. And then with Mexican Californian food, you take your staples and you serve your staples as well. So like your asada taco, al pastor taco, stuff like that. But then you start adding into like the something that's called a California burrito. So we add our asada, rice, beans, pico, sour cream, guac, and it's just rolled in. And French fries. Sorry, and it's
French fries.
Yeah,
in the burrito.
Yeah,
Really,
all into a burrito, and then like our quesadillas have rice, beans, cilantro, and onion. So a lot of it's more like a lot of popular things, I guess you could say, like the birria grilled cheese. Like it's not Mexican, but you have the birria that is Mexican, and then you just add just your bread to make it grilled cheese.
Yeah.
But stuff like that, really. And then I'm pretty sure that's it. Like just like the difference, I'd say. And then like chips and salsa, that's not really Mexican.
No.
Queso's not Mexican either. That's more of a, if you were to ask for queso in Mexico, they'll bring out a block of cheese for you. Because to them, like queso is just like fresh cheese or, crumbling cheese. So they'll give you that instead of like melted cheese. But yeah, there's a couple things that if people from California or Mexico or anything like that, whenever they come visit anywhere, Texas, Arkansas, any southern state, then they'll be like, yeah, that's not real Mexican food.
Yeah. Doesn't line up. It's been the most impactful, just talking about like Russellville kind of specific, or Arkansas specific. What's been the most impactful thing for you in the past couple of years to get more customers? Was it just word of mouth? Was it social media? What was it?
A lot of it had to do with word of mouth. We didn't really, we don't really, I wouldn't say advertise so much, but we don't really spend that much money when it comes to like sharing our posts or anything like that. And we don't do so much like we don't come down here to like the downtown whenever they have like the what is it called, art walk or anything like that. We don't do so much of that, but that's because like the trailer we have, it's not that easy to haul anywhere, and then a lot of it has to do with like timing. So like if we have like a wedding on Saturday, there's events down here on Friday, so we don't have so much time to prep for the event down here and then the wedding on Saturday.
So you cater to weddings and events?
Yeah, anything, like we've catered for the high school before. We've had a few weddings. We've done a little bit of like catering for like some offices and stuff like that. So I'm not saying like we prioritize that more than any event, but if my money is more secure at an event that's already been paid for, then I'd do that first instead of like an art walk where my money might fluctuate or I might not make any money. But yeah. And well, I'm sorry, what was that question again?
Like what has been the most impactful thing for your business's growth?
Word of mouth, really. Just that, like a lot of people sharing that they like our food, that it tastes different from anywhere else, saying that it's more authentic. That has really, it has really helped me a lot too, because I've always thought that our food really didn't taste that different from here, or like it could be better, let's say. And it kind of helped me to keep going, because like I've had times where I just close, like I've wanted to close, like I'll wake up and be like, I'm done, I don't want to go to the food truck today, like I'm done. But like word of mouth with people just sharing about our food, like how they like and stuff like that kind of keeps me going, wants me to get, like it makes me want to go to the food truck, serve people and all. So really just seeing happy customers, people just saying like how good the food is and stuff like that, just is really impactful, I'd say. Because like if you don't tell an owner or if you don't tell a worker that their food's good at their restaurant or anywhere, then they're kind of like, well, are they coming just because they're hungry or what exactly? But
word of mouth. And so at this point, man, like where are you in your trajectory? Are you you've mentioned the word hopefully a couple times, like hopefully it'll make 3 years this year.
Yeah.
Is it kind of a case right now where every month is a new challenge, or?
Well, if I'm being honest, we're at a phase where it's I'm wanting to go back to school, and we're at a point where it comes to, if I didn't really want to say this, but we're selling our food truck that we have right now, and we have another one, but that one would just be used on the weekends, because we've been through a couple obstacles, but with health and everything right now going on, personally, my best idea would just be to let go of one food truck and then keep one of them and open on the weekends while still attending school.
Okay, so you're gonna kind of change the way you approach it.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah, okay. But I mean, that's why, like I said at the beginning, if you have the right mindset and if you have the help and everything, go for it. But like whenever I started, I didn't have as much health complications as I do now, so the best decision would just be for me to take less stress on top of my plate, I'd say.
No, man, doing what you've done for the past few years, it's a stressful gig.
Yeah.
You don't get the security everyone else does. So if you went back to school, or when you do, what would you focus on?
Well, I'm going back for finance, because one, I deal with my business finance, so it's like kind of almost the same thing. And then two, either into like hospitality or something to do with like food related. Well, hospitality kind of goes into it, but for sure finance. We'll just see what it leads into. But yeah, I think owning a business isn't as, well, not glamorous, but it's not as easy as people make it seem. Like, some people be like, "Oh, look, he owns a business." Well, yeah, it's nice to own a business, but you don't see what happens behind the scenes. Like, you don't see what all goes behind, like, what you see. Like, you'll see me walking around, look, he owns Tito's Taqueria. Yeah, but I also have to deal with employees. I also have to deal with making sure everything's paid for, making sure I have everything for the food truck, making sure if something breaks, I have the money to pay for that. And I also have realized that commercial kitchen equipment is not cheap. but yeah, but yeah, that.
Okay, yeah. There's a lot of stresses, man. A lot of stresses and doubt too. Just like, in the past, probably about the same time, March, at some point in 2020, I started a business, and think it's going to be straight up from there, but there's so many obstacles in the way, and so much self-doubt too. Like, I've had plenty of mornings, just like you said, where I wake up and it's like, oh man, is this even the right thing to do?
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, is it worth it? Like, I could just go get a different job and make more money, but I guess it's just about betting on yourself and investing in the future. And for some people, that's fully respect your move of taking a step back. And so you're still going to be open on the weekends.
Yeah. We'll still be open Fridays and Saturdays, and then we'll have like some catering gigs, maybe some pop-ups, something like that, during the weekdays. But yeah, I think that's probably the best choice as of now. I mean, maybe later on we'll be open more days, but I think something I probably should have done as well is start small and then get bigger. But I'm not saying the food truck is like big or anything like that, but start off with making sure you have like a smaller truck or a small business. Don't go in with so much overhead. I'd say.
Yeah, I guess once you start expanding, I don't know if your menu's big or not. But maybe just starting off with a smaller selection too might simplify things. But I mean, this is like an armchair entrepreneur question here. Again, I'm not in your seat. I don't know any of the specifics about your business. But have you thought about delegating and I mean, you mentioned a team a few times, but have you thought about like, if I could find that right person to cook that could keep the quality of food consistent, have you thought about that and what that would do to your plans?
I have thought about that, and I've come up with different scenarios on what we can do to have the business open. But the thing is, with having a business as well, your money's not consistent. Like, you're not, 1 month can be super good, another month can be iffy or stuff like that. And that's something I want to ease on, because like right now I'm in it 100%. Like, it's all my money and stuff like that going into the business, and I don't want like my parents to pick up my tab or anything like that. I don't want to rely on anybody to cover my bills. And that's something I thought about. It's like, well, I could go back to school, have someone work at the food truck and stuff like that, but then that's another expense that I don't know if I'll be able to cover that month or stuff like that. But I've thought about that. But I think that might be like a later on type of idea or something we might do later on.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So bringing back the focus to Russellville for a second, would you say that it's been a good city to start this in? I mean, I know you're from here, right? Yeah. But aside from that, like, do you feel like it's been helping you, working against you in any ways, and with any aspect of it?
I think Russellville is a really good spot to start, because like, there's people that are open and willing to try your food, but then there's some people where they'll always have an opinion for something. And I'm not saying their opinions might be bad, but it could be something where you could grab and improve on, or take that small idea or opinion and do something about it to improve yourself, But I mean, so far we haven't had like super angry customers or anyone that has said anything bad about us. But this town's like very, like they like to take care of their people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So if they know something's going on, then they'll try to help you out and do something about it to make sure you stay open or make sure you're doing the right idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, Brussels treated us well since we've been here.
Well, awesome. Yeah. Good to hear. And have you been on Parkway the whole time?
Yes, we've been on Parkway since May of 2020. 2021, yeah.
The question most people... By the way, before I get into that, the way I found out about Tito's was actually from social media. So I don't know who's running your page, but them posting... Is that you?
Yeah.
Okay, so the photos you're posting. I don't know how I saw it. It just popped up one day. And then I think you used the I Love Russellville hashtag often, so I saw it on there. So, at least one customer came from that. But in your food truck, I'm just curious, is there AC? You got AC in there?
Yes, we have.
Cool.
We have a mini split. We have everything like that a food truck will really need. We have everything's commercial. We got a freezer. We got a refrigerator, flat grill. We have a...
Oh, yeah. When I was there, it looked nice inside.
Yeah.
It looks like top-end equipment.
Everything. Whenever I bought the food truck, the guy that sold it to me, he's like, "Do you know how much this fryer is?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Brand new, it's $25,000." And I was like, "Okay." I mean, that kind of scared me for a minute. I was like, $25,000, that's a lot for a fryer. But, I mean, some people were able to purchase that. At the time, I wasn't, but the whole bundle is cheaper than just one thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But the trailer has everything, and but that AC is still not enough for this heat. It's. I mean, it'll cool one side of the trailer, but the other side is still hot.
And just keep your family. That's what.
Yeah.
You stay on the cool side.
But then it's like whenever you're cooking, that AC, we have it there, but it's not much of a competition with the seat. Like, people ask us every single time, "Do y'all have an AC in there?" Like during these past 2 weeks, and we tell them, yeah, but we occasionally turn it on sometimes, depending on how the day is. Like if we're not busy, we'll have it on because we're not cooking or anything like that. But if we're cooking, we have it off because it's just not compatible to how much we're cooking. Like sometimes I'll go to the food truck, I'm showered, changing everything, and like it'll be so hot. We've been cooking all day. I'll go back home for like our hour break, and it just looked like I just walked out of the shower. Like it's hot. My shirt's wet and everything. But having a food truck during the summertime is not as easy. It's not as easy as having a restaurant and working in their kitchen. But yeah.
Oh man, I bet it's again very respectable that you've done this for the amount of time you have. Just hustling in a food truck. That's one of the reasons why I wanted you on the show, Tito, is because I just think people that build a business out of a food truck, you're built a little bit different, right? You're ready to accept a level of discomfort that most people are not.
You have to work in a small rectangular building that's wrapped in aluminum.
In the middle of summer.
In the middle of summer.
In Arkansas.
Yeah, exactly. Having a fryer, a griddle running. At the same time, you got your refrigerator on, your freezer on, and then we used to serve Dole Whip, but having that machine also even made it hotter.
Dole Whip.
Yeah.
Is that ice cream?
Yeah, it's like that, I think it's like dairy-free, lactose-free.
And that made it hotter in there.
Mm-hmm. That machine used to take up, it had like its own motor inside like the machine, and then had an extra one just to start it, and then it just would be so hot. Like just you standing by it, like the vents were underneath, so like it would make, if you were wearing shorts that day, it'd make your legs hot, like almost burning. I'd say.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, having all that turned on in the seat, it's not as easy, especially with just a mini split. Like you can't have so much stuff running inside that food truck, especially. But yeah, it's not easy working inside a food truck. You have limited space, you have limited walking space. Even sometimes, like when we're busy and we need to move places, like we have to squeeze through each other, like sideways, just to make sure we can actually fit and get on one side and the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's manageable. You'll get after a couple of times you working inside a food truck, you'll get used to it. But starting off, it's not that easy.
Yeah, a bit of a wake up call, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, from the community overall, I'll speak for all of us when I say that, we appreciate all of the businesses that are trying to build something cool here, especially Tito's Taqueria. It's good food. I encourage everyone listening to go check it out because it's right there across from the old Steak and Shake and C-Max.
Yeah.
It's in a white truck. Very, very good. And yeah, man, I mean, if there's anything that, you want to say, we can say that. But I think that, again, I just want to say thank you from Russellville for being one of those people that puts everyone else first, and you're willing to just accept this work conditions, these the heat, the doubt for other people, and thank you.
Well, thanks, Russell, for helping us stay open for how long we've been open for, and for still supporting us, even though sometimes we might not be open or been having a rough day. They're still out there helping us out, buying from us, and spreading the word of how good our food is.
Have you gotten tired of your food yet? Do you go home and cook for yourself, or?
Well, so in the food truck, I don't know what it is, but after being there for I don't know how many hours a day, I can't eat our food at home. But if I were to make tacos and take it home, I can eat it at home. I just can't eat inside the food truck. And but I cook more at home than I do at the trailer if I'm hungry. I'll go home and make I've been cooking a lot of pasta lately, so we'll make a green sauce pasta with charred poblano peppers, some jalapenos, cream cheese and stuff like that. And then I'll just sear some chicken, and I'll make a green I'm not really Alfredo, but a green spaghetti pasta. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, Tito, I think we might need to see a course or something come from it so people can learn how to cook the Tito taco.
Well, I mean, who knows? Maybe in the future.
All right. Well, yeah, thanks for coming on the show, man. If there's anything you want to say as we part off, feel free.
Well, thanks for having me, and hopefully we'll see more of Tito's Taqueria in the near future.
Absolutely. Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye-bye. Man, it was I liked it. It was a good time.
Thank you.
Definitely a good episode there. Stop everything.